Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about the Roman Catholic Church. Not only the Roman Catholic Church, I'm going to be talking about the English Benedictine community. What are the English Benedictine community? They are people that follow the rules of Saint Benedict. Saint Benedict is one of the saints in the Roman Catholic Church that set up a monastic order. Now, the English Benedictine community, also called EBC, are a group of monasteries and abbeys that have schools. Now, the reason they have schools is because it gives them money, and you need money not only to live but to pay for the court fees to defend yourself against rape, buggery and sodomy. Because the people in the ECB, those monks, they've been up to some very naughty business. They've been getting a little bit kinky illegally with some of their produce. What are their produce? Their produce are schoolboys. Because the ECB, because they have schools, their product is selling education. And the clients or slaves are children. And what they do is they start to sexually abuse those children. Now you might think, well, you're making a lot of generalization here, It's been going on for about 60, 70, 80 years, perhaps even 100 years. Because sexual abuse for men is starting to open up, we're starting to get a lot more people coming forwards. And especially from schools like St. Benedict's Abbey in Ealing, London, we're getting cases opening up from the 1960s. Now, the 1960s was a time of sexual revolution, and the Pope, bless his cotton socks and little red Cinderella Wizard of Oz shoes, thinks that the reason why paedophilia started is because of the sexual revolution. I'm just having a little bit of difficulty understanding why the Pope thinks the sexual revolution started in ancient Greece, where paedophilia is thought to have been quite strong, where members of the society took young children up the mountains and played with them or developed a relationship with them, and it was sort of accepted back then. The sexual revolution started in the 60s, but paedophilia has been going on a lot longer. It's been going on so long, in fact, that the Pope should start reading some of his own theology. The Didache or the Didache, I don't know quite the pronunciation.
Didache or Didache.
And these manuscripts basically say don't have sex which is strange or immoral, i.e. don't have sex with children, don't have sex with animals. Now, why would you need to put something like that on documents to set up the Roman Catholic Church in 309 AD? Because people were up to it back then, just as they are now. The Benedictine community, they've sort of specialised in elite education. You have Downside, Worth, Abbey, St. Benedict's, Ampleforth, and these are places in their heyday. Downside used to be just as good as Eton, but Eton is Church of England and Downside is Catholic. The only difference is at Downside you'd probably be buggered by a monk, whereas at Eton there's probably much less chance of being sexually abused, even though some stuff has happened, and in the press recently Eton's got into trouble, but it doesn't seem to have a history of buggery like the ECB. The ECB, it seems, thinks part of the education for young people should be sexual abuse. That's why they defend themselves in court so stringently. Now these monks, they all know what's going on. Now Epstein in the Roman Catholic Church are quite interesting, because Epstein used to go and get his little children from modelling agencies and outside. But the Catholic Church does it in-house. And it does it in-house for a couple of reasons. Number one, it has more control. And number two, it's a lot harder to find them. These schools have been burning evidence. They've refused to help the police, or been very unhelpful with the police. Haven't reported anything. Told parents not to do anything. Defended the paedophiles. Allowed them to re-offend. And they've never reported it. And they've also helped paedophiles go to other schools as well. These monks are men of God. And you have to ask yourself, what God is it that they praise? Because it seems to me that the Benedictine God is a God that accepts paedophilia. Most people think that paedophilia is something quite bad. Actually, do you know, the people that hate paedophilia the most are criminals. People that hate paedophilia the most are criminals. When you go to a prison, for instance like a US Supermax, they ask for your papers. And on your papers they want to know who you are. If you're a child fiddler, a kiddie fiddler, they'll kill on sight. I think it's called KOS, kill on sight. So you come in and they'll just kill you. Do you know what? Criminals, murderers, thieves have more morals and understanding of ethics than Benedictine monks. Whereas a criminal or a murderer will kill a sexual abuser, a Benedictine monk will allow that abuser to carry on abusing other children and to defend them in court and to help them. Hi guys, these videos are hard to make. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up or write a comment, or give me a sub. If you don't like the video, I'm very sorry. These videos need to be made to help protect children. They need to be made to put the Catholic Church to rights. They need to be made for the Catholic Church to understand what's going on in their own backyard and to make changes.